I used to be a manager for a healthcare company because I've been working in healthcare my whole life. And in my role, I would have to not only manage people, but also like do a lot of other tasks like data tasks, managerial tasks, approval of timesheet, like all sorts of things. So one of the things that that became evident very early on in the position is that there were a lot of things that were coming at me. And sometimes I could have plans the night before about what my day was going to look like the next day. And when I came in, there would be other things that took priority and that were more important that I needed to shift my attention to. Because I'm a Virgo Mars, that used to create, some anxiety for me because I like my routine. I like I like knowing what to expect. Oh, a mental health nurse of 30 years. I love it. I used to supervise nurses, respiratory therapist, and what was the other profession? CAD nurses, because, CAD certified nurses, not just like general nurses. So yeah, I used to work with a lot of nurses. I love nurses. They have the best sense of humor. It's dark, just like, social workers' humor is very dark. It's like sarcastic and it's beautiful. I love it. So thank you, Lisa, for saying that. So I quickly learned that I needed to, thank you, Daisy Bud, for saying that you love the hairstyle. Oh, I have so many stories, Lisa. I'm sure you and I could trade stories all day and all night. When you work with people in healthcare, especially when they're in crisis, you see a lot of things about humanity that you would not get exposed to otherwise. But let me tell you one strategy that really helped me with managing my stress, because I am very prone to anxiety, so I have to come up with strategies to manage my stress. Otherwise, anxiety takes a hold of me and then it literally cripples me, which is pretty much what happens. And then when it cripples me, what that looks like is that I become very overwhelmed and then I can't just do anything anymore. Like I need to literally check out of like my to-do list before I can get back to it. So one of the good ways to avoid that for myself was to create this chart I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. So basically take a piece of paper, draw a quadrant on that piece of paper. So a quadrant is 4 parts. So one line going up and down and one line going side to side. So you have 4 parts, a quadrant. And then at the top of one part, you're going to put urgent, and at the other bottom, you're going to put important. So you're basically trying to scale, how urgent and how important is that task. So what I've learned is that in doing that, I was able to prioritize like what was urgent, because yes, something can be important and you might need to get done, but if it's not urgent, then clearly the thing that is urgent needs to take precedent over the thing that is important. So once you determine, what is important based on time limitations, you can quickly streamline your process by really focusing on like what you cannot drop the ball on because it's time specific and what you can kick down the road. I know when you're somebody who likes to get things done, or when you feel overwhelmed with tasks, sometimes it feels like everything needs to get done like yesterday. But if you suffer from anxiety, then you know that that's not like real life. It's just anxiety, because anxiety makes you feel like you're behind every day anyways. So when you create that kind of system, you get a little bit more practical and realistic about what all can be done today. Because honestly, there's only 24 hours in a day and there's only so much we can do. So the things that are urgent will take precedent, and the things that are important but that are not urgent will have to wait. If this is all that I have is 8 hours a day to get all this done. Personally, I cannot function without a to-do list. Again, Virgo Mars. Yeah, I blame that on my Mars sign. I cannot do without a to-do list. Like, I have to have a to-do list. It keeps me grounded. I like checking things off. I like crossing them off. Not only does it make me feel empowered, but it also keeps me organized because, I'm able to keep track of the things that I need to do and nothing gets lost in the shuffle, and I don't have to rely on my Lupus brain to remind me of things. It's a lot more like streamlined. So that's something else that you can try as well. So first I make a to-do list, and then I transfer the to-do items to that important urgent quadrant, which then assists you not just recognizing what needs to be done, but prioritizing it in terms of like time sensitivity, which definitely helps you to kind of streamline your process. So you guys that have just heard me talk about this, let me know what you think about that idea. Have you ever used anything similar like that?